Hey everyone, we're going to have some fun with the lab, and it's pretty easy. And we just need to get a few materials out of the lab kit. The first thing they say to get, it's called a rubber square. Well, it looks like this. It's just foam rubber. So that's what the rubber square is. It's in your science kit. So dig into your science kit. You'll find it. It should be blue, but it could be a different color. But it's just rubber foam. Okay, the other thing you're going to need is the bubble wrap in your bubble. You've got bubble wrap in your kit too. It comes all rolled up. And you're just going to need to cut a square of bubble wrap that's about the same size as the foam square. Okay, so you're just going to take your bubble wrap, and the size doesn't have to be exact, but about the same size as the foam square. So now I've got bubble wrap, I've got the foam square. Now this is something you're going to have to provide. You're going to need to get some tin foil. If you just rip off a sheet that's about 4 inches wide, and then if you fold it so maybe there's four layers there. Don't make it super thick. Just fold it twice and you're good to go on that. Okay. And so now we've got all we need for you're doing these 3 squares, tin foil, the rubber foam, and the bubble wrap. Then you need to have some sort of metal pan. It doesn't really matter the size, it just has to fit the 4 ice cubes and these 4 different 3 squares. And you're going to just place those on your tray. Then you're going to, now if you have, I've been kind of telling you all week to get the ice cubes. If you haven't made the ice cubes, start right now. Get the ice cubes made. You're needing 4 that are about the same size. I have an ice maker, so you know my ice maker sometimes makes some big ones and sometimes some little ones. So just find some that are 4 the same size. I'm going to pick through these. It's okay to eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exactly the same size. You're going to place the 4 that are about the same on the cookie sheet, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. Okay, so you have 1 on the bubble wrap, you've got 1 on the tin foil, 1 on the foam, and then 1 just plain on the cookie sheet. Now the reason that you want clay is as I let these sit, the water is going to kind of build up and make a puddle, and I don't want the ice sitting in a puddle. So if you just pull off a couple chunks of your clay, stick it underneath the tray here to just tip the tray up a little bit so that the water runs down instead of the ice sitting in a pool. Now you're going to notice the one by itself is going to start moving. It's okay to kind of give it a little bit of a piece of clay to prop. Not a lot though, because you don't really want it to be reacting to the clay. You want it to mostly be reacting with the metal tray. And guess what? That's all you have to do other than just watch them and see how long it takes for each one of those to melt. So you may want to sit this next to your computer, do some of your school work, and look over here every couple minutes, and you're just recording the time. How long does it take? The report is just going to ask you which one melted first, which one melted second, which one melted third, which one melted fourth. Every single person's answer should be identical. Okay, it doesn't matter what temperature room you have, they're all going to melt in the same order. So you just have to figure out what that order is. What do you think the order is going to be? That's going to be your hypothesis. What do you think it's going to be? And then let's see if you're right. That's all it is. Pretty easy.